Hey, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Here's some music. Hello, players.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, various players. Our volumes are in sync this week. Unlike the first week, we're not going to have any technical issues today. Everything is going to be just frickin' fine. And so, on that note, small announcement before we get crack-a-lackin'. Monday is going to be our first Monday session. I have no idea who's playing in it yet. I have no idea what anyone's going to do because we've not even started thinking about it yet because today's Friday. So what you need to know from this is Mondays won't generally be prepped as much. So cut me some slack. Maybe. We'll see. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Today we have a assortment of players.
How unexpected.
I know. We are going to be moving over to 4 players per week in future, with maybe the occasional group gathering for special events, etc. But they will be slightly smaller groups. I'm hoping that will allow me to focus a little bit more on some of the individuals within play, and try and sort of slow things down for a little bit more of like a personal and story-based experience. So on that note, hello Rex, who's just joined this campaign. Yo. Rex has been busy, and on that note, now's probably a good time for us to catch up with the various characters who are arranged, basically strewn about the floor within the rat hole right now. I presume Soren is preparing some drinks. The time is late. Nightfall is nearly upon you. You would think it's happened already, but you know better within the rat hole. This is I would say about the 8th or 9th hour in the evening. The sun is going down and it is soon to be bedtime, but it is time to enjoy a little nightcap before bed. And on that note, Soren presents a tray. Ayo.
Right, mate.
Eatybo. Bangybo. Haven't seen you around in a while. You've been travelling around doing stuff with that see-through mirror, I see.
Yeah, mate. I've been on a hunt for the old bailiff. You know that bloke who fucked off with all that money?
Eatybo. Ah, that would be very nice if you could find him. Or just the money, but...
Well, either or. I'll take either at this point. Fucking bastard.
Ayo. He had a nice coat. I wouldn't mind it.
If I find him and we get him, I'll give you the coat.
Ayo. Alright, let's seal the deal with a little bit of extra beer. He pours a little bit of Wilfred's into your glass. And dishes out a round of drinks.
Yeah, I look forward to catching that bastard.
Did you have any luck locating him?
Not quite. I've got a couple of working theories. But the guy's... The thing is, he's got money, so he's not gone... There's 3 options. He went to the place that you go to have a good time, off into sort of the west, northwest area.
Ayo. Overrated.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop him from going to Weyberg, does it, mate?
Well, if you want a travelling companion next time, I'm happy to go with you.
I think it's best I find him alone for now.
Aye. As you see fit.
But once I find him, you're more than welcome to join in on the what I would imagine would be the kidnapping.
Oh, now you're talking, boy. Enjoy your beer.
Hey, frungy, frang mango, frang bongy bong bong. Roughly translates to, don't piss off the Baroness in the area. She's a tight-ass bitch, and she'll have you for breakfast. She's pretty, though.
They always are.
Mayo, I suppose.
Always the crazy ones, isn't it?
Aye, they're always the best.
Frungo. What about the rest of you? No one's been drinking in here for ages. What's everyone been doing?
I've been working on bloody armor for all these sorry sots.
I've not been drinking elsewhere. No. Doing other stuff, you know.
Mate. Good.
I've been training the river wardens to prepare for the Goblin War.
Oh, aye.
I
Goblin.
finally managed to get the watch and guard trained, so we actually have some. Taken a while though.
Good job, man. I know you're having problems with that.
Yeah. Well, they were. I think it was the threat of having to run through the woods with the beastmen and squigs that did it.
Frango! Raggy Bang Frung. Yeah, one of them came in earlier for a bottle of whiskey just before his shift.
Damn, I'm paying them too much.
Rango. I gave him cheap stuff. Well,
Didn't know you don't. You have anything but cheap stuff, you?
It doesn't.
Celeb sleeping on the street.
Nah. In me smithy.
Oh, yeah, you got forged, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, it's nice and warm. And dovey-sized.
I hope so, being like a forge.
Aye.
Frungo. I've heard the lords are farting about up in Blute Rock with the guy with the big hat.
Alright. What you hear?
Frungo. And the one that talks funny that has come to help Sighard has pissed off to Boghafen to do some favours for Morr, so they do a thing. He's not sure why exactly, but anyway, he came in and said that there was a few extra priests coming to the town, perhaps.
That might have something to do with all the ghosty talk.
Right. Oh, that reminds me, Rex. There was an old man looking for you through that window over there the other week.
I know. I've seen him. I've been avoiding him.
He said something about Isabella and being. I can't remember. I'm just gonna drink.
Yeah. Eddie Renfro. He was here earlier, but I told him to piss off. I think he will be back in the morning.
Exactly. He will find me when he finds me.
Maybe after he finds you, he'll find a new hobby.
I'll probably end up back in the library.
Frungy Bamboo. And speaking of that, I have and as he is halfway through that word, you hear a particularly large bang. The sound of a black powder weapon being discharged the other side of town.
Ah, shit.
Well, let's investigate.
Probably one of Lothar's guardsmen.
I would say it's one of my river warden, but we don't have black powder weapons yet.
I'm also assuming our guard don't have black powder weapons either.
They find a way to blow themselves up.
Well,
Go on then.
Heyo! Good luck, I'll be back here. Stay safe. Don't get shot. Bye. And on that note, we travel over to the main Tahme map. As you run out of the building, you take a sharp left. You can see a very dim amount of light beneath you. On the map, that is. and there seems to be a crowd of people. It is difficult to make out from where you are. The hour is late. Sun is nearly set. The last few ounces of daylight are leaving. Now, I'm just waiting for everyone to load up before I start moving tokens. Good old 50 megabyte maps. Yeah. Now, the last one to load is a wanker. That's you, Celeb. Oh, no, he's in.
No.
Okay.
No.
I will assume for now the group of you move out and quickly head towards where the commotion is. At that point, you see... Well, let's have a perception test. Difficult, in fact, to make out details. It is nighttime. There's not a lot of lighting in the area.
What are we doing it as difficult?
Difficult is the difficulty.
Too
I'll
difficult.
factor in those with night vision and give them a bonus after the effect. Okay. Very difficult for Wilfred's halfling eyes. Skullplates, you do have night vision, which is going to help you a little bit with that. Lothar and Skullplates, you can just about make out a few individuals hoisting something over the palisade wall. Hard to tell what. In the middle of the square from where you are, having not moved too close, are a few individuals scuffling, and there is a notable cloud of smoke within the centre of the street. Now, I don't want to make any assumptions. You are some 20 to 30 yards away right now. What are you up to?
Quickly tell Rex what we can see. Somebody's holding something up over the palisade wall, and there's a fight straight up ahead.
Huh.
I'm gonna run towards where they're doing the palisade, pulling the stuff over the palisade, and yell at them to stop.
I'm going to run down to the point.
Okay. You run down, and as you arrive slightly closer, Lothar, you get a better view of what's going on. An individual has a black powder weapon pointed at you. I would say you are probably some 10 yards away at this point. In his other arm is Fernando. He has what could be perhaps a weapon in his back. You can only imagine, as Fernando's posture is palms facing you, hands up by his side with a look of fear on his face. You see one of your guards slooped in front of the bailiff's office with a man standing over a smoking pistol there, a sword in the other hand, and a third individual that is within your line of sight, pointing his pistol towards another guard who is looking at this point like he has perhaps surrendered, or at least is sensible enough to avoid such a dangerous weapon. The rest of you, I will allow you to move to where you move, but I will say upon reaching a similar distance to Lothar, you are met with the barrel of a pistol from each of these individuals. And an exclamation of, "Come any closer, and we'll slit his throat."
Well, I'm going to stop then.
That's fair. Skullplate. On the map, just...
I've crashed.
Good. Well, while you're loading back in, there is a token on the map who is currently lugging over what is now more likely a sack of coin over the palisade wall. You can hear some commotion the other side, and it seems that the bailiff office safe vault has been robbed. The gentleman holding Fernando is attempting to back away slowly at this point. Each of them edging back. Lothar, as you've arrived closer, can you make me an average perception test, please? The guard that is on the floor is clearly the one that has been shot. You see a pool of blood trickling down by the floor beside them. You will realise from this, at the rate the blood is flowing out of them, that they will need medical assistance before long, or they will die.
Are they backing away from...
Yes,
the guard?
the individual holding Fernando, let's say, is backing away slowly. Now, I will move them in time with how they are moving, but effectively, they are slowly making their way out.
Okay. I'll make my way slowly over to this guard then.
Okay.
Try not to be threatening so that they attack Fernando.
Wilfred.
This little scaffolding up here next to me, that's there, yes?
You can climb up it if you like. It seems to be a tower that is in construction, so you can try to climb over. You could probably jump down the other side of the wall if you wished, or just simply gain the high ground.
I wanna climb up and jump over.
Okay, make me a average athletics test, please. Okay. And for those on the screen, apologies. There we go. Yeah, that is barely enough. There is a very loud squelch as you hit the floor, even for a small creature of your stature. It doesn't stand out within all the commotion that's going on, but the ground is wet. Your boots sink in a good inch into the mud. But you find yourself... You are free to move as you please. I will say, now you are there, the other side of the palisade wall, you will very clearly see 4 individuals the other side who have a few smallish sacks. It's large. I would say they would probably each be about the size of a bowling ball. There's maybe 4 of them. That one of them's carrying a couple, the other one's carrying one, another one's carrying one. But they're pretty easy to make out. In their other hands, you do roll me a challenging perception test, actually, Wilfred. Go for average, because you've got night vision.
Oh no, I can't see too good.
Difficult to see what they've got in their hands. Aside from the clinking and jarring of coin. Right. So, Wilfred, I'll allow you to move as you please, but you're going to have to roll a stealth test if you want to do anything from here. Rex, Celeb, Skullplate, Lothar. What's going on?
Yeah, Skullplate's not having any of this.
Okay.
Skullplate advances on them. You've got 2 choices. One of them's bad. Make it now.
2 of them aim a pistol at you.
I like that choice.
I would say at this point, they are right next to you, and both aiming a pistol right at you. One of them will say, "No one needs to die, little dwarf. Let us be on our way, eh? Just a bit of coin."
Sure. Drop the coin back over the wall. Drop Fernando there, and you can go. For now.
There seems to be no they don't care. 2 of them still aim a pistol at you, and
If I were to, move up to Skullplate, can he support me in an intimidation roll and or vice versa? Like having a second grunting dwarf, this time with a helmet in his hand, right next to the first one.
you can sure. I mean, make an intimidation roll if you like, Skullplate, and have a plus 10 for Celeb there with you. This will be challenging against their cool.
Hydra, I'm going to sneak over to this rock over here. I have a plan.
Roll me and which... Okay. You're small. I'm going to give you an easy stealth test. Given the rain, given the commotion, the noise going on here. Okay. A decent roll from them. A pretty decent roll from yourself. They hurry up. They're not cowering in fear. They have pistols held straight at you, but they do still know what a dwarf is. and what perhaps a dwarf is capable of. But the individual holding Fernando continues to back away. I should probably just update those tokens to having all backed off. They have one slightly larger sack in their hands. Fernando is held in their hand, in the arm of one of them. Lothar, can you have we're doing this quickly. Can we have a challenging heal test, please? I'm assuming you're there stopping the blood during all of this.
Yep. That'll do it.
Okay. As you do so, the person initially... I'm going to roll a dice for this. Okay. You rolled amazingly. They rolled pretty well. So for a while, to your surprise, they try and beat your hands away, trying to stop this attempt at saving their life. The conversation is as follows. It's all my fault. They said no one would get hurt. I tried to stop them. Yeah. I'm sorry. Now it's your choice at this point as to whether or not you let them continue to bleed, but Myrmidia be with you.
No, I'll stop the bleeding.
You stop the bleeding. They are secure, and yes. At this point, we reflect back on 2 sessions ago and the endeavour rolls. And now we return back to Skullplate Charge Splitter.
Alright, sell it. It's time for a fight. And with a great roar, charges straight into them.
Okay, you're going to have to roll initiative versus all of them.
Okay.
Initiative me then too.
Is Celep is moving toward as well. Is Rex a threatening target right now?
Rex is just skulking around.
Okay.
To get closer.
Rex is skulking, so not necessarily a prime target. Let's say.
Initiative rolls is challenging, right?
I will roll them all with a glorious automatic roll. The moment. Roll all NPCs. Roll all. Now. One of the bandits will be attacking first. We have 2 bandits attacking first before you, Skullplate. And keeping in mind you have a slow weapon, you are going to take a pistol shot point blank from you charging in. And I will say now... Oh, I did not mean to stealth you. This is going to hurt. Except if you roll a 90. It still barely hits. Wow, okay. 10 damage done. Okay, now we don't have black powder sound effects for whatever reason, but that's actually about as good as it could have been. We have 1 more bandit to go before it's your turn, Skullplate. Technically, the person you're engaged with gets to shoot you first, but then you get to squish his face. So this bandit is going to roll an athletics test to quickly... It's going to be challenging to quickly go and jump over the wall. That is just enough. He is out of there. He does not want to stay around. You have at least put the fear of, well, whatever deity you're following into him. This bandit that you're charging, Skullplate, again, downside of the hammer, he does shoot you first. Thus far, you've taken a bullet, and it's not done that much. And 74, that's not going to do that much either. That's a ballistic skill test, however. But I'll keep the dice roll, which was pants. Right. Bear with me a second. We're going to have to roll another one. Now I'm targeting.
He has a ballistic skill of 103? Jesus.
It's plus 60, point blank.
Oh, sure.
it's pretty easy to shoot someone close, except apparently when it's a fast-moving ginger dwarf, it's actually yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to have damage sound effects? Okay, you have 2 bullet holes in you right now, skull plates. One is in your left arm. The other is...
I'm going to burn my left arm tattoo.
Okay. Neither of them... I mean, you're not dead. You can still go. And you can basically swing now, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we'll leave it for now.
You basically just have 2 holes in your arm where a bullet has passed through. A little bit of blood's pouring out, but you're a slayer. This is what you're here for. I would say you've seen worse. In fact,
holes.
Given last week, you've definitely seen worse. This is nothing compared to the goblin big boss of last week. Swing away, and you get your bonus for charging. I'll even give you an extra advantage or an extra plus 10 for your intimidate roll.
So that's...
plus 20 in total.
I might as well just do it as a...
Yeah, plus 20 in total.
I might as well just do it as an average roll for the speed. There we go.
That is the easier way to do it. That looks like... Oh, wow, okay. And that is probably a pretty squished 15 damage. Not quite dead. Not quite dead. Nearly. Bear with me 1 second. Why do you have 80 wounds?
Really?
Please no.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Bear with me a second, stream, while I realise that we have some minor technical difficulties because apparently each one of these fucking tokens has been given... I actually see what's happened here. Okay. Everything is fine. Oh, shit. Toughness 3? Armor? He's got... Okay, let's try that one more time. He's got 1 wound left. Literally 1 wound. He is on a tiny little slither of health. Skull plate. As you are charging in, it's a little whisper in your ear. You're not sure who from, but draws your attention in a particular area. I'll allow you the extra point of damage, but you will take a point of corruption.
I'll take it.
He dies in a single hit. Your hammer somehow guided by this. Now, I will say the bandit that you are now targeting is the one that Duril is targeting. So this one here stood next to you is free to attack and has already shot.
Any further?
Yeah, you're now on plus 30. So you've charged, plus 30 now for all of, you're basically maxed on advantage.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, good lord. That's how you do it. That's how you do it as a dwarf slayer.
Well, we're not. No. Let's re-roll that.
Oh dear.
Did I re-roll?
You haven't re-rolled yet. Try one more time.
I think it might have moved as I clicked it.
That's a bit better. Okay.
Slightly.
Just slightly. He's definitely dead. I'm not even going to do the comparison there. Another one goes down. You have one more attack to make with your capacity of death blows. However, this person will shoot you before you can get the attack off. So, are you going for the bladed individual, one with a pistol?
I'll go for the bladed one. Which one is that?
Okay. The one that is wielding blades that's just twizzled to turn towards you, I'll turn the other one away just to make it...
I'm already targeting. Fine.
Yeah, there you go. So he's going to attack you first. You will get plus 30 to defend.
Okay.
he will have a slight bonus for readying his action. But sometimes that's just not helpful in life because your enemies are shit. That's another one dead. Right. That's your Slayer doing what Slayers do. This guy is going to run. Challenging athletics for him. Okay, he runs up to the wall and basically just face palms it and falls back on his back again. He's basically on his back, prone in the mud right now, having tried to jump and effectively just Austin Powers this palisade. Hopefully you get the reference. Okay, the one with Fernando.
Yes.
Can I do something?
You can use a fortune to jump ahead.
It was just going to be RP. Never mind.
You can do some RP while you're there.
I was going to shoot my blunderbuss into the air so he looks another direction.
That's not RP.
No. It is.
I like the idea. For a fortune, you can do it.
I'll just jump on him.
Okay. You're going to have to wait your turn, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This bandit, having heard murder behind him, is going to do something that's going to be deeply uncomfortable. His blade is currently drawn across Fernando.
I would like to use a fortune point to skip ahead of his turn.
Okay. Thank you for saving Fernando. What are you going to do, Celeb?
Said person.
Okay.
Do I get for charge? I get bonus, right?
Roll me an initiative test. I mean, you're about. No. You've used your fortune. Okay. You get your +10 for charge. He's currently occupied as well, but I am going to count him as engaged. So, all in all, just +10. Basically, there's various pluses and minuses because he's holding on to Fernando, but he's also slightly more exposed because there's two of them. Do a bunch of maths and eventually you get +10.
Sounds good to me. There we go. And I would like to change this number with my last remaining resilience into an 11.
Okay.
Because then my impale strikes.
That will be...
Which is an instant kill, if I recall correctly.
It's not an instant kill, but it is an instant critical.
And arterial damage will do a good job.
And arterial damage will do very nicely. That will be 11. I mean, that will be a dead bandit. So, Celeb, as you were charging forward, this bandit has raised his dagger and is about to pull it across the throat of Fernando. And as his blade starts to draw from left to right, your halberd meets with the side of his neck. And he freezes, juddering as he is impaled on this, with that exact sound coming out. He falls to the floor lifeless, and Fernando falls to the floor in front of him, hands on knees, seeing Lothar there in front of him. And you have one bandit here currently who is... He's not knocked himself out, but he's about to clamber up. Fernando is just crawling away at this point.
Say it will be worth us some new tools for the forge.
Rex.
Right. So I am now going to stroll over, very casually, with my trench coat, sort of like, doing its thing. I'm going to pull out Ralph the blunderbuss, and I'm going to point it directly at the guy on the floor.
Okay. As in a freeze, don't move sort of
Freeze, don't move, pointing at his knees.
Okay, hands go up.
Oh, good.
He's basically upside down to you right now with a blowhorn in his face. And just...
Oh, good. Glad we can be in agreement.
Eyes wide open, not not moving. Now, we're going to move to Wilfred here. Wilfred.
Yes.
We have a few things to talk about.
I sneaked it over to the rock.
You have sneaked it over to the rock.
Jesus.
Where the frick are you? Oh,
Yeah,
I marked you as sneaked. There you go. You have
You
appeared
invisible.
again. I marked you as sneaked, so you actually disappeared for a bit. These guys, with all of this commotion going on, I didn't roll their initiative, but effectively, what they're doing is starting to run. Now, I will say before you finish that, to your right, can you make me... Some of this will be free. Ooh, no, go back there. Can you make me a roll, please? Can you make me an average perception roll, please?
Sure, since those have been going well tonight.
To your right, lining the forest, are some very soft lights. The sun has been setting during the last few minutes, and it would be safe to say that now is the night. And as the sun has set, in its place have been small lights within the forest that have begun sprouting, let's say. You will have been around town long enough to know tale of terrifying visages within the forest, and you catch a glimpse of what looks like a person formed of mist, just stepping between one tree and another.
All right. Well,
And combined with that, you have a group of individuals sprinting away from the town.
towards the forest.
Towards the forest.
I will hop out from my hiding rock. I will fire my pistol in air, and once I get their attention, I will say to them, "You see that? You see the mist walker? That is a fate worse than death waiting for you should you run into there. Surrender now, and I'll spare you the trouble of dying painfully."
Are you charming or intimidating? I think given your reputation, it's intimidate.
Definitely intimidating.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of like, okay, you can roll leadership too, to be fair with this. Leadership would probably be the most appropriate, but I'm just thinking your reputation as a halfling is probably more intimidating.
I'm leadershiping them to surrender and not die.
Pretty much. I'll make it challenging, but they'll roll a test as well, just to see.
Oh wow!
That'll do. Okay, we're gonna.
There's some halfling in the world. Fuck me.
You are small, so that is factored in. But let's.
Have you heard about the time I killed a rat, your friend?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, not a terrible roll from themselves. Okay.
With 11 damage to the bandit.
Yeah, I mean, all the damage. Okay, what happens, Wilfred, is they are sprinting to the forest. They hear your words of caution, perhaps. They look to you, they look to the forest. They look to you, they look to the forest as they are sprinting. There is a moment of confusion. I will say that one of them throws a bag of coin at you. Can you please make a dodge roll?
wow! They got an arm and a half on them.
What's the rating on this roll? Challenging? Oh,
Okay.
Let's reroll.
One reroll on that.
Oh, it actually didn't reset any of my fortune.
You may grant yourself some extra fortune.
Nice.
Okay. One hand flies up and you catch this bag of coin midair. It's pretty large. It's the size of a bowl. It's the size of you, basically, or at least your torso. But you still have your wits about you. You are on your feet. You were knocked over by a bag of coin. 2 of them continue to run for the forest. Another 2 start running along the tree line. A third one puts his hands up in the air with your pistol pointed at him. Now, I will say the others being the other side of the palisade, this will be happening in the few seconds while you are readying yourself. So we will just finish with Wilfred. There are some 10 seconds of silence inside the forest as they run inside. A rustling, still fairly peripheral, fairly near the edge. And this is then met with a scream, followed by another. 2 individuals burst out into terrifying noises. And you hear those noises being torn apart, if that is even possible. The screams are met with tearing noises, gashes. It's difficult to make out what, but something terrible has just happened in that forest. And in the distance, you see the other 2 individuals sprinting as fast as they can. And the other one, hands up in the air, and effectively your prisoner.
All right. Well, I have one. That's all the information we need. I will shepherd him back to the town. Pistol
Okay.
ready.
What do you say to him as you walk back?
I told them not to go in there, and now look. There's 2 more dead.
I'll tell you what, after hearing the screams, he will drop his pistol to the floor.
I'll collect his pistol.
You have 2 pistols.
Yes.
He walks, hands up, and basically you may join the others back at town. Meanwhile, we have an individual on the floor that... Well, what is happening to this individual on the floor?
Well, he has a blunderbuss in his face.
He has a blunderbuss in his face.
Right now, mate, you're going to now tell me everything I want to know because I'm outside in the pissing rain in my lovely, nice trench coat. Can you see this? It's getting wet. So, who are you and why are you here?
He takes a few seconds to process that. Oh, well, it is a very nice trench coat, but we were led by Dagger. We're from one of the little villages down south, and all this weird shit started happening a while back, and we wanted to get out of Reichland, right? So we thought we'd get some money and we'd leave. And here I am. In a word, one of your geezers was his mate. He let us in. He got shot. That was his fault. Went soft and such. Went back on the plan. Can you? I'll give you that much for free, but anything extra will be intimidate, easy, blunderbuss in the face. Very easy.
He's also got a slayer standing over him with a giant bloody hammer as well.
Yeah, I'm factoring that into the very easy.
Just for the narrative.
For the narrative. Yeah. I've had enough of seeing ghosts. I just want to go somewhere safe. Here, Midland's not totally fucked.
Mate, everywhere's fucked.
Right.
And I pick it and, just pick him up off the floor by the sort of scruff of the neck. Like, come on.
He's dropped his pistol by now and sword on the floor. Like, he's offering zero resistance. He's like, look, there's my weapons, take them. We just wanted money. I mean, Dagger was a bit more of a... He was a geezer, but
Where's he now?
Oh. He points to the head and neck that is currently attached to Selep's halberd. He's,
Well, that's one problem solved then.
yeah.
Go on then.
All right.
Let's. Basically, we got a jail cell somewhere, right?
Sure.
Or yeah.
In the bailiffs.
Yeah.
Where all the money's kept. Why not?
That's not happening.
There is one building allocated for such occasions. It is available to you. And I will say, Lothar, at this point, lots of guard have gathered around. Gerard, Davith, lots of other individuals have started approaching. I would say it probably took them an extra 10 to 20 seconds after all this shit happened. But not quite as quick as yourselves. We have many starting to peep their heads round and just basically getting an eyeful of what the hell has just happened.
What state's the one at my feet in?
He's alright. He drowsy, lightheaded, but he'll live. You've stopped the bleeding. A bullet wound to the chest, but may need some ongoing medical care, but...
So I'll drag him to his feet and then tell the watch to take him to holding. Betraying the town sounds like a traitor.
Yep. He has that...
Die a traitor's death.
Yeah. He has that look on his face that he knows what happens from here on. And you have two individuals that will likely meet their end by, well, Lord's decree or town's decree. It really varies. A lot of justice is dished out without having to bother the Lord.
I don't know. I think Sigurd might get a bit excited about it. You know, we'll just leave it to him to dish out the.
Hasn't had a hanging in a while.
Yeah, dish that one out. Build some gallows. It'd be a great day.
Well, that is true.
Well, as a traitor, they get hung, drawn, and quartered.
Certainly an option. Whatever.
I don't mind drawing them, but quartering them's not my style.
Well, you want to set an example. You don't want this to happen every week.
I'm gonna nick that pistol he dropped, by the way.
Sure. I'll say it doesn't seem to be that robust, but it's a pistol. It is a pistol. We'll go into more details at a later date.
Not planning on doing anything actually with it right now.
Fernando, I will say. Celeb.
Yeah.
Can you roll me a dodge, please?
A dodge coming up right here, ladies and gentlemen. The dodge is coming.
Oh, is he going to get killed
Challenging.
by a car again?
No. It would be humorous. Okay. You get kissed on the cheek 4 times.
What?
By the time that you finally peel yourself from Fernando, who has effectively jumped you. Senor, you saved my life. Mwah. You beautiful little dwarf. Mwah.
No!
You see, Celeb, you see, that's why you should have just let him get stabbed.
Next time I will. Ow!
Several large kisses pierce through your tough dwarven hide and forever stain your soul with Italian wholesomeness. The moustache tickles ever so slightly. And so, the rest of the guard finally arrive. Gerard, Davith, Yeomans, and many others. Even Klaus finally arrives. I will say all of this has happened in about 30 seconds. Wilfred arrives back as well.
Hey, Wilfred, you alright? What you got there?
I got a prisoner.
Oh,
Also-
nice. We
Two
got
of
one
them.
too.
2 of them ran into the woods and got eaten by the ghost or something. I don't know. But the bags of money are probably still in the woods. 2 of them got away, though.
I don't really fancy going after that right now after hearing 2 guys get killed by ghosties.
Yeah, we can go get it in the morning because no one
Yeah.
wants to get it while Ghost is out.
Maybe Bert might, but we'll pass on that one.
Well, the question is he telling the truth?
What? That he hated where he lived and wanted to get out?
Or is he sent by someone else?
Well, we can ask the others about. We can
That's
ask this one and see if the stories match.
Ooh,
You currently
I
have
like
one
this
in front
game.
of 2 pistols, Wilfred, the Terminator.
Let's just make sure to question them separately.
Okay. Well, no. Well, the other one's already in the house. So like
Oh, right, he's already gone to
they're
bed.
as separate as they're gonna get.
Rex, I will leave the questioning to you, and I
Why,
will.
thank you. Why, thank
to,
you, my good sir.
I'll proceed to pick up every pistol I possibly can on the ground, so I can finally fuel the river wardens with some weapons.
I catch. And I throw him the one that I pocketed quick.
Okay,
Okay, I'll catch it.
so we'll say that
Roll the
Well,
next roll if the pistol drops to the ground and breaks.
I'll give you an easy intimidate, Rex, just to see what information you get out of this individual over the next few hours.
Easy.
I'm going with him to watch him work. Oh,
Yep.
It's just
Right now,
Watch him do his thing.
right now, mate. You see this here? This guy is called Ralph. He is a great friend of mine, and he likes taking kneecaps with him. So, would you like to tell me who you are and why you're here?
You get lots of information. For the large part, the story corroborates with his friends that
Right.
they are from a small village down south. Typically, they're animal herders, but they'd effectively pulled all of their money together and okay, maybe they had robbed a few people to get enough money to get pistols that they may have stolen from a merchant that was on their way to Bogarthen, and with those weapons that they now had, they thought they could try and get enough coin so they could leave Reichland, because everything right now seems to be terrible because their sheep, even that were dying, weren't dying properly and kept coming back. And that he's got like a whole bunch of weird stories as to.
I'm sorry, zombie sheep, mate. What do you think I am?
I will say no single story even finishes before he moves on to another. It's like Daisy, right? Daisy, she was there, and then I called her because we were going to have some lamb stew, and then I turned around and Daisy was standing up again, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out, and don't even get me started about Stuart. And he basically
You know
just
what? I'm not
rants
going
for
to
a
get you
while.
started about Stuart, alright? You take it easy, mate. God. I just look at skull plan, like, what the fuck are we doing?
yeah. I think we've heard enough.
Yeah, we'll just chuck him in with the others.
Sure. Effectively, some TLDR of their plan was get money, get the hell out as quickly as possible. And travel is expensive, and thus...
Oh, Jazz, don't you fucking tell me that.
Well, yes. Rex has been playing... I think you could probably ask for a refund off of Reinhard for all of the travel costs you've accumulated. But negotiate that with him next time he's in.
I've basically paid for his pension.
Hashtag tune in on Monday. So, that being dealt with, shall we
Hey, Rex.
move back to the rat hole for you to...
Before we do that, hey
Okay,
Rex,
sure.
You alright, mate?
did you hear what he said? He called the sheep Stuart. Ha ha.
Yes, rather comical and hilarious.
Aye. Hey Rex, I've got 2 holes in me. I think I need a bandage or 2.
Don't look at me, mate. All I've got is whiskey.
I'll do. Let's go.
Go on then.
Dwarf Slayer wants bandages in his 2 holes. Gotcha.
Gets whiskey.
Are you sure you don't want to go see the Sigmar priest for that? Oh shit, you've not met him. Never mind. Right.
Bandages might be the least of your worries and goals at that point.
Soren welcomes you back in. Heyo.
Oh, mate. Round of drinks for us all.
Well, are you paying for them or?
Yes.
Oh yeah. All right then. Lots of drinks. Expensive ones.
Well, not that expensive, mate.
Yeah.
They're only dwarves. What?
Hey, enjoy these drinks. I'm going to go step outside and go piddle.
Oh, well, at least he's doing it outside this time.
I wonder how much human blood I would need to forge a dagger.
You what?
Huh? Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Anyway. Well, that was a bit of an interesting one. Lothar, you mind telling me why your guard is such a turncoat bastard?
No idea. Probably the promise of more money than he's ever seen in his life.
Fair enough.
And it's going to be a very short life now.
Well, I hope you use that as some sort of myrmidon lesson of truth and loyalty to one's town or something.
Oh, I think the message will be put across.
Well, your guard were a bit slow in responding.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well,
They'll get to go retrieve the money later. And if I'm really generous, I might wait for daylight.
I like that.
well, after what Wilfred said, I imagine that's probably a better idea because we actually want them to come back with the money.
Well, I'll send the ones I don't like first then.
Yeah. Send them just before, just as dawn is breaking. Maybe the ghost is a bit late to bed or something,
Play chicken with a ghost.
Oh dear. Well, that was an eventful evening. Cheers.
Really got the blood going.
All over the floor?
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Anyway, that was really satisfying. How was everyone?
Yeah, good beer, Soren.
Heyo. Oh, good lord, skull plate.
Getting a roll on the drunk table, please.
It's not sitting well with the whiskey you just had.
Okay. Okay.
I have lost blood.
Replace it with alcohol.
Wilfred, you're going to need a whole tankard. Not tankard, a barrel. Yeah, a barrel.
Shit, you got +6. Damn.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know. It's pretty late tonight, this guy.
Celep is right behind you, and so is Lothar. And Rex is trying to keep up, but for whatever reason,
I'm enjoying myself, mate. I'm enjoying myself.
It's probably all that testosterone flowing through your system right now, Wilfred, but you could probably just drink all night and tear the head off a sheep and wrestle a bear. You name it.
Just
Let's go wrestle the goat.
I would say the night is yours, but the night's incredibly dangerous, so ayo, I'm off to bed.
Alright, mate. See you later.
Anyway, see everyone in the morning. And so, any conversations to be had before the night is done?
Nope.
Nah, I'm good.
In which case, we return to Hydra, remembering that he has a camera mode and a regular mode now. There we go. I will say most of you get a decent-ish night's sleep. The ale certainly helps, but there is still that adrenaline running through your system of what just happened. Flashes of Fernando's throat nearly being slit, Celep, skull plate, your hammer squashing several individuals, Lothar, your companion, or former companion, nearly bleeding out in front of you, Wilfred, effectively bullying around a human, which happens every now and again, but more and more often the longer you're in this town, and Rex having perhaps bruised your knuckles slightly while getting some information out of some of these fools. Lots of things to put together, and you wake up within your piles of straw that you could call a bed, smelling vaguely of urine. Heyo! Breakfast beer's ready.
Thanks, mate.
Anyone fungal, mean you poo. The weird guy is hanging around outside.
Great.
I told him to piss off, but then I remembered he wanted to talk to you.
That's not as good as last night's.
Okay. Hydra's
Good morning, everyone.
Right. You want me to get rid of this guy now, don't you?
You just find out what he wants, and then you can get rid of him.
Yeah, but I found it quite hilarious. He's been annoying Soren for the last 3 weeks.
Could you make me an average perception roll, please? Okay. Rex, you can hear someone outside. Hello? Are you Rex?
No.
He's not talking to you. No? Leave me alone. Hello? Are you Rex? I am not Wex. Go away.
Just while I'm hearing all this, I'm like, Soren, you know that trapdoor behind you?
Hey, you? Yep.
You might want to just leave that open for us. Cheers.
Very well. Well, why?
Well, no reason.
Hello.
Just in case.
Can you go talk to the old geezer to shut him up?
All right, Mum. Jesus.
Anyway. Okay. Finally. Lastrid. Finally. We are going to drag him. He's going to be... As you go to leave, he is right in front of you outside the door. Hello? Hello? Look, the hat! Rex?
Yeah, mate, you right?
Whoa, no, awful, terrible. Awful things.
You want a drink?
Who? Yes, please.
Soren. Another one, please.
His hands shake a little bit, as much as one of the older gentlemen you've seen in life. More grey hairs than most. Unusual to live that long, but his hands shake with a tremor that is perhaps either senile or nervous, but difficult to tell which. Thank you. Yes, what?
Pull up a chair, mate.
Yes, what? Yes, well, lots to talk. Oh, is he going to the table? Are you inviting him to the table with the rest of everyone? With the
I don't know, it depends. Do I get the vibe that they don't want to talk to him?
I will say, as you go to them, he pulls a face as to, oh no, don't go near them. Painfully obvious. Well, maybe
over here, then.
Over here looks particularly nice. Well, yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Right. I've
Right.
been...
No.
yes,
I understand you've been looking for me for a
yes, I've been looking for an investigator.
while. Well, you found one now.
Well, yes, I've been travelling the whole of Ragland, and you're the last one, my only hope. The others have told me to clear off.
Right, I can see this going well then.
It's about the tomb.
What, the tomb?
The
one with
tomb.
rats?
Yes. They asked me to do some research. This is Morr. Morr asked me to do research. More research.
Okay.
So I did more research, and I found...
Was that Father What's-His-Face?
Yes.
Okay.
I did more research with What's-His-Face, and I found... something terrifying. And that got me thinking about something else.
Right.
He just starts drinking and looking out the window.
And what was that something else?
Who? What? Who's
You
what?
were researching more.
Researching, yes.
Father
Well,
What's-His-Face.
Yes, well, what's his face? Yes, not von Karstein. No. No. Similar, but no. Have you heard of the von... He sort of goes in close to whisper at this point. Von Drack.
On track.
Yes. Shh. Don't say it too
No,
loud.
mate. Not my field.
Okay. Right. Small history lesson for you. Von Drack lady married von Karstein, and a bunch of dead people fucked up a whole bunch of things, and lots of people died.
Okay.
Right. So, anyway, the insignia that I believe you presented to the Morr.
Father.
Yes, that's the one. Yes. I looked into it more. Von Drack. Anyway, that leads me to a theory, and that is why I'm here.
All right. So what do you need from me?
Well, Morr thinks I'm mad, and I think they need more help. Anyway, I think, and this is 100 years past, but the tale goes. He moves his hands up in the air as if to try and make a mystical painting as he talks. More theatrical than actually entertaining, I would say. Isabella was said to have fallen. She was distraught at the loss of her lover, the dreaded comrade that she had married, and she fell. She flew from the tower, down below. She was said to have been impaled and burst into smoke. Ash. That's yes, Ash. Do you know Ash?
Well, yeah, ash is...
Yes.
Left out of fire, yeah.
Yes. Now, what looks like ash from about 50 yards away?
You're going to have to clue me on your train of thought on this one.
He puts his fingers together, and they start sort of flapping. He makes little, flapping motions with his fingers and tries to do little shadow puppet things.
Oh, bats.
Yes. They said ash, but there was no trace. 50
Right.
yards.
So you're saying that this lady...
Yes.
You're saying that this lady jumped out of a tower
Yes.
onto some spikes.
Well, yes.
Well, in theory, onto some spikes, and died, but didn't because
Well, she was
turned
already
into a bunch
dead.
of bats.
But yes, she was dead when she jumped, but when she jumped, she may have poofed. I don't know how it works, but we know there's something to do with bats and the dead.
It sounds batshit crazy.
Yes! And that's why I'm here. Morr kicked me out.
Right.
Anyway, they're looking for a he. I think we should be looking for a she.
It's not unreasonable. Okay, so you want me to find the she?
Yes. Well, when the Knights of Morr, they ran around and he does shadow puppets of knights running around for a fair bit, sort of amusing himself. They didn't find anything. And you know why? They were looking for the wrong gender. The question is, we're looking for someone who knows about the ways of and and it's a lady.
There's someone who knows the ways about necromancy.
Yes.
And there's a lady.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That narrows it down to, well, some very select people in Reichland who will not want to be found.
Yes. And if you're not sure where to start, I'd probably start by suspecting all Strigani.
Right, okay.
Those fuckers are always messing around with the dead.
Yeah, I've definitely had a few reservations about some of our local Strigani.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll look into it, but to be honest, people who do necromancy tend to keep to themselves.
Yes.
And not be found.
Yes.
And they're very good at it.
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I managed to find a dead person, 6 months old.
Well, Isabella's dead. Oh, she's more like 200 years old.
It's a little bit different when they can
150.
still move.
Ah, yes. Understood.
So I will look. I will look into it for you.
One thing.
But I make no promises.
If you find her, be cautious. I
can imagine. I can imagine someone who can turn into bats being quite powerful.
Yes. If you were to find her and think that she were Isabella, and you were to say to her, "I think you're Isabella." Poof. Rawr.
Right. Gotcha.
I will be back in 2 weeks. I have urgent business elsewhere. If you can
What have you
find
got that's so urgent?
a young lover. Licks
That's
his
pretty
lips.
urgent, I guess.
Yes. Won't be around much longer, so making the most of it. But, please, for all of Reichland, find her.
I'll look into it.
Good. Good. I'll be hiding. 2 weeks.
See you in a couple of weeks, mate.
Astrid disappears like a puff of smoke that awkwardly walks out of the room. Hello? Are you Rex? It continues.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I would say most of you will have heard all of that. Or at least from his side, anyway. Probably not so much Rex, but...
For a man who wanted to be quiet, he sure didn't talk such.
He's a very animated fellow, isn't he?
You have to humour these people.
No, you don't.
If you want them to do something for you later, you do.
Kind of makes a bit of sense, though. Ghosts in the wood, talk of a necromancer.
They were talking about dead things, weren't they? The gentleman that we captured?
They were.
Oh, I nearly forgot! Hello again! Hello! Quickly! Over here! Rex, he wants your attention again.
Yes.
I'm told they don't like silver. Take this. He gives you a silver spoon.
Well, thank you so much.
Place it upon their skin as a test. If it burns, well, then they are dead. Anyway, enjoy the spoon. Goodbye. He
Right, so now
disappears again.
apparently on my agenda now, boys, I have to go spooning vampires.
You might want to wash that before you use it, just in case.
So now we're going to fight vampires. Oh, this is going to be a good day after all.
Well, I'm only making the assumption vampires. I've never heard of anybody turn into a bunch of bats before.
Hmm. They do like their necromancy vampires, from what I hear.
Thought that was blokes, but alright.
Hmm. Same thing. So, he mentioned Strigani, right? Well, Strigani we can question.
Not sure going banging down Gilly's door is such a good idea in this one.
Aye, well, she's been useful in the past. I mean, we can ask a question, right?
You say she's been useful. All I know is that she's handed us a dagger that killed a giant that then suddenly disappeared. Where did it go?
Like I say, worth questioning somehow.
Yeah, but with these people you have to be careful how you question them. I need to think. Maybe go and do some background.
You could always get her to make you a cup of tea and make her use that spoon.
My favourite spoon.
Hey, maybe it's the same one that Sigurd was born with in his mouth.
Oh, I never say it's in his mouth.
I knew.
His family is somewhere else.
Lazarus got on well with that Gilly, didn't he?
Yeah.
We could always have a word with him. Maybe he can find out some information. But perhaps one of us should go with him.
I'll let you do that one. I like my coin purse where it is.
Oh, what's a coin purse? You buying the next round, lad?
No, I bought the first one.
Anywho. Sounds like you guys might need a extra half breakfast beer. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Anywho. This one's on the house.
Oh, what's he done to it?
Probably put garlic in it.
Ew. Good idea. Right. The day is yours, young adventurers. The town of Tahme is ready.
Do we have any healers in the town?
You have apothecaries. That's about as much as...
Because I've got a couple of holes in me and they're itching a wee bit.
No, you've got Lothar stood right next to you. He knows how to apply a bandage.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Touch me, Lothar.
How easy is it to touch the dwarf?
Depends on how hard you fight back.
Yeah, like, the smell's, like, not fairly
inviting.
challenging to get through, but no. I mean,
We
what's
live in
your
a rat
health?
hole, surely we're...
Yeah, like by that and a night's sleep, like roll an average heal test, Lothar, combined with a night's sleep. Yeah. That plus int bonus plus other stuff. Yeah, you'll be full health, Skullplate, by the time you've rested it off. For narrative's sake, so this game rule system actually makes sense, yes, it still hurts a little bit. And yes, you do have 2 holes in you. They've been bandaged, but you can still function as a human being because you're tough as shit. And a dwarf slayer.
Okay. What's next then?
Well, I suppose because it'll be market day. Yes, no.
Yes.
It's market talk. It always is.
See what everyone's talking about on the way through.
Okay.
The usual.
Let's go ask around, see what's going on in town. Let's have that
Yeah.
average gossip roll for anyone in town. Obviously, most people will be talking about the fact that they just
Really
got
got
raided last night and there were bangs and what the hell was going on. So it's going to be, okay, well, yeah, fine. Some of you could just roll really well.
Nobody wants to talk to Skullplate.
So, yeah, for Celep, it's basically, oh my god, did you hear we got raided last night?
No way.
For Skullplate, very similar. For Wilfred, it was really interesting getting raided last night. I heard that there were bandits. Not too much for you, Wilfred. I'll come back to you in a sec when I think of your one little slither that you got.
That's fine. I'm a bit short on hearing guesses.
Rex, a few of the locals passing by are hearing more and more tales of other towns and villages around the area having more and more ghost sightings. It seems to be some sort of pandemic, at least. People that have been travelling in from left, right and centre have all noticed the same thing. Lothar, you hear this as well. And Lothar, the family that had previously had the incident where an individual had died in the company of yourself and Lazarus, has another family member sick, this time notably so. They're calling them, they're referring to the individual as Little Tom. It's the younger brother of the individual that had died. Same family, but this person doesn't seem to be doing particularly well. Aside from that, not too much tale of disease, aside from the occasional bit of fever.
So this is from when I was trying to, or from when I did diagnose and help with the disease that was spreading through town.
Yes. The same family that had the individual that died has another family member, effectively. Yeah, that is falling seriously ill. Expectation is that they're probably not going to last a day or two, but at least so the town folk say. Rex, you get about 2/3 of that. Wilfred, you get a tiny little bit of that. This is why we do combined rolls, I guess. But that's pretty much most of what's going on in town. There is talk as well about the industries going on, the blacksmith, noise, etc. A couple of noise complaints from the clanging. This is mainly from the tar lights, but they're fairly sort of grudgingly. And a few tales here and there of the new local lord and speculation as to where he came from, what he did, the fact that the town is now growing, a few of the town members ambitious, not ambitious, but enthralled with his approach toward the town. They like this whole expansion thing. There are a few eager beavers.
Cool.
Before we do anything more in town, is it worth going to see if we can see any of those bags in the woods? Before somebody else gets the same idea. So.
Yes, we should go investigate.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
A couple of us go do it, or all of us, or what?
We should take. I say we take as many as we can, just in case someone gets in trouble with a spooky ghost spirit.
What? So the others can run?
No, so the others can distract them while the one runs.
Rips them apart. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you all going for a brief
We'll go. I guess we'll all go
run
for a
into the
brief
woods?
check.
As you walk toward the woods, walking toward you is a particularly large figure. We will.
Hello, Yeomand.
Ah, my brothers. Look what I have found.
Oh.
Throws 2 bags of coin toward you.
Hey, we were just looking for those.
You can consider me a tax collector now.
We'll add it onto your list of many skills.
Indeed.
Was there anything left of the ones that took it?
No. Nothing.
What? Like, not even any bones? Or, skin?
Bones. A few. See for yourself. Points you in the direction. And he then goes walking further into the forest. Because that seems like the sensible thing to do.
Protector of a forest, sure. Huh. Well, I'm intrigued. See what the ghost left behind.
I'll go have a look as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say it's not far. Perhaps well, let's roll a perception test for you, Rex. I'll rather than making 5 rolls, because you might as well just give it a pass, we'll make Rex leading the charge do a perception test that is
Average.
Taking into account all sorts of other things. It's pretty easy to spot a pile of bones from several corpses, and you find, well, as is described, a pile of bones in the wood. What is unusual is they have teeth marks or gnawing marks in them, as if they've all been bitten, chewed. And yet, there are still little bits of flesh attached. Not much. You could almost, outside of the world of Warhammer, you could almost imagine these being fed to a school of piranhas.
Jesus Christ.
There's not a lot of blood and guts and viscera around, but there are just very faint bits of flesh still attached to these skeletal remains that are in pieces scattered around an area.
Right.
I did warn him not to go into the woods.
That you did. We need to do something about these bones, though. Can't just leave them here.
Can't we?
No.
Can we put them further into the woods?
Got probably bury them or something.
Could burn them.
Yeah, that works, I guess.
There will be no bones in me forge.
Yeah, we can have a fire.
We have the ability to light a fire. Alright, hey Lothar, do you wanna maybe scare a couple of the recruits you don't like? Get them to bring them back.
Yeah, that would work.
Be a good training exercise for them. But yeah, we can't leave these here, otherwise we'll get more fucking scaries and nasties appearing. Bad enough we got a ghost.
And to be fair, we have had a contingent of Morrites appear. They wouldn't be impressed if they knew we were leaving bodies in the woods.
I am
left of
half
them, right? What's left of the bodies anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still wouldn't be happy.
Is there any of their effects still around? Like, you say that like there's no like flesh or muscle, just bones and bones and a bit of like flesh. What about their actual like guns and weapons and stuff? What happened to them?
We'll just roll off the +3. Yes, there are pieces of these things
Okay,
scattered
so they were kind
around.
of chewed up.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Even a pistol you find is effectively just a metal cylinder with the handle ripped off. Perhaps it's salvageable, but
I'm not looking to salvage any of it. I was just wondering what happened to it.
yeah, it looks like even the items that were equipped were chewed and mangled. There's I would say with your +3, there's probably a dagger and a sword kicking around here somewhere, but from the clothing at least, and the one pistol you found, there are teeth marks everywhere on lots of little shreds of it.
I don't suppose anybody knows what likes eating everything in sight.
Nothing good.
Celeb.
Yeah, but he was with us last night, so I don't think that happened.
I'm dead.
I'm thinking more. Could it be those squigs roaming through?
That's a frightening thought. Squigs in the forest.
And ghosts. Fantastic.
Maybe it's ghost squigs.
Hey, I'm with the halfling. Sounds plausible.
Rex is currently doing the temple rub. Ghost squigs.
I did see something walking through here just before they ran in. It looked like a myst person. So, more likely ghost.
Right. But maybe what happened was the ghost got them, killed them, and then a squig rolled through and ate them.
We should really deal with that before it becomes an infestation.
Hydra,
Yes.
how dark is it in these woods?
There's a lot of shade.
Yeah, I'm going to start making motions to leave.
Because the trees are typically more pine, there is a degree of light that pierces through, but it is still...
We're surrounded by body parts and shredded
it's
weapons.
dim. Oh, yeah. For
Seems
sure.
like a really good idea not to hang around in here having a philosophical discussion.
It would seem a very smart thing to do.
So,
Right, we'll send...
collar some guard on the way back in, and they can come out and fetch those bits.
Yep.
Like a problem for other people.
Exactly.
It seems like a their problem, not a me problem.
And I'll get some of the others to set up a pyre somewhere so they can get a fire going to...
We could always send some of the
Burn the
guards and River Warden out to go scout out and see if they find any squigs.
Sure. How many River Warden do you have, and how many do you want back? Because if they find squigs, we may never see them again.
I think you have 3, Wilfred.
I thought, yeah, I have 3 right now, but if they come back, then good on them.
Well, I'll send a couple of guard with them. Send out 5 overall.
He's harsher
If they,
than Tal.
Find anything. Yep.
Sure.
And
So you're sending the river wardens into the forest?
We're sending the River Wardens and the guards to look for the squigs in the forest.
Okay.
It's a joint operation.
I'm glad they were trained as river wardens. Their swimming training has clearly paid off.
You know, they also have the running away.
Sure. Okay, sure.
Well,
Yeah,
we could always speak to him next time we see him. Back out of the forest.
you've got them and like 30 tall people out in the woods anyway, so
Yeah.
they're around there. And yeah, the red shirt river wardens are currently wandering around. The day is yours, though, young adventurers. What do you wish to do?
Well, we could stop by Fernando in the bailiff office, see how he's doing.
Sure. Why not?
Setup's new true love.
Let's go give them some flowers and get well card.
Do we need to question the guard before he gets executed, or do we think we've got enough
That's
to-
not a bad idea.
Yeah, Lofar can lead the charge on that one.
Sure.
Yeah, we can ask.
And the one token that needs to be here is dilly-dallying. Mamma mia, dear! Come here!
Hey, Fernando found these and just throw the bags at him.
He looks at them and nods and goes towards Celeb to basically hold his head. Make me a dexterity roll, please.
Dex roll, okay, I was just about to do the Dutch roll
Hashtag
on that one.
useless stat.
Yeah, we'll go for dex because this is more hands rather than full body physical.
Hashtag
yeah.
useless stat.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You beautiful dwarf.
Hey, Fernando, I don't think he understands how much you appreciate him.
On next week's adventures, Celeb gives birth. Oh no.
He's that fertile, right?
He's Italian.
Fernando does after basically holding your cheeks and giving you like kiss from left right nose left right nose.
No.
Yeah, I'm afraid that you go through that like twice from the rolls that were made. There's a lot of kisses and a lot of tickling from the moustache before he finally releases and gives you a more humble bow.
Thank you, senores. It is appreciated.
Did we lose much? Do you know?
It looks like most of it. I'll begin the counting.
I know that 2 of them ran across the tree line down to the south.
Yes. Probably 1 bag missing.
1 or 2.
I mean, if you guys are up for it, we could have a quick look and see if anything got them.
No, we could have a scout down that way. Maybe pick up a track or 2.
If there's time.
I suspect they're long gone by now.
Oh yeah. I'm just thinking maybe they got hit by whatever hit those other guys. In terms of the eating everything department.
Well, the Tarlites may well find their remains. Yemen had already found those ones.
Here's a good thing. If we find the remains outside of the woods, then we know it's probably the squigs. If not, then it's just the ghost.
But what if it's ghost squigs?
Well, then we're fucked, isn't it?
Oh, keep a good attitude. Maybe we could scare the squigs with the ghost.
So, are you going for a woodside walk? Have I understood this?
I'm up for it. Yeah, sure.
Let's see if we can find the other bags.
Well,
Let me say,
maybe in a minute or something.
is anyone not going on a woodside walk?
Did we want to do anything else in town first, though?
Yeah, I'd like to see you interrogate the watchman. That could be quite fun.
Oh, we can do that first, and then we can.
Okay. How do you want to approach that, Lothar? Are you negotiating? Are you leading? Are you demanding?
Well, I'm just going to talk to them, I think.
Okay.
See what they say.
Sure.
Leave them to explain themselves.
I will say that the guard that you chat with is fairly... let's bring up a...
It's the Johnny Vegas one if you're looking for the token.
Yeah. It might look a little bit different now. Oh yeah. They've changed a lot. He's now black.
What? It's going to be a hate crime now.
A
Great.
lot can happen overnight. It's a random token for the audience, so we've got like 6 images, and I'm not going to just put tokens out till I get them. So,
You're right, boss.
So you let them in?
They were gonna take us with them. I know what needs to be done now.
So, who got in touch with you?
Oh, Dagger did. He was my mate. They grew up together.
The one that Selep killed?
Yeah.
So there was no one else? Just you?
No. I won't condemn anyone else with my choices. It's all on me.
he has a very resigned look to him. He knows he's going to hang.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever else. But he knows his fate won't be pleasant.
So it was just for the money and to leave?
Yeah. all that's going on. I a tale of what's going on down south, and a few of us, well, they thought it was best to leave, and I thought we could, get out while it's getting pretty messed up.
So why did they shoot you?
I tried to stop them from nabbing that moustachey dude. They
That
said
wasn't
no
part of
one
the
would
plan.
get hurt. No. Dagger promised that no one would get hurt. So when he grabbed him, I tried to stop it.
Can I do
Intuition?
intuition?
Yeah, sure.
This is probably going to be a mistake. What would it be? Average.
Average. And rather than this be an opposing because he's not resisting, his will be a complementary willpower for yours. It's like bodge of the rule systems, but he effectively makes it easier for you, so it's a +4 instead. He seems to be telling the truth. There doesn't seem to be any malice in his heart. It's a... at least the impression you have is that he wanted the money and to get out, and as a caveat didn't want anyone to get hurt. And you believe him when he says that upon hearing that someone was seeing someone might get hurt, dagger grabbing Fernando, he did try to intervene, and that's what resulted in him being shot by dagger.
Okay. Yeah. So it's not like he's clamming up and trying not to give details.
No. He's fairly... I would say fairly subdued right now. He knows what to expect in this situation. It's just a given, so he's resigned, effectively.
Fair enough. Well, in that case then, I think that's everything I need to know from him.
Roger, roger.
Kissy, kissy.
Oh, no.
Oh, kissy, kissy.
Oh, no.
Oh, kissy, kissy.
Okay, so you're going for a quick frolic by the woods?
Sure, just before we go there. Hey, Lothar, what do you think?
I think he's telling the truth. It was a deal he made with an old friend that went sideways.
You know, I've been around a few towns where they don't actually hang those type of people.
Yep.
They still use them.
Unfortunately for him, it went sideways as soon as the first gunshot was led, and people did get hurt.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He's not walking away from this. He needs to be an example to the others. I'm not having guards decide to abandon their posts or throw in with the first crowd of bandits that make them an offer.
I know, but just saying that hanging them's one thing, but there's other ways to kill a man.
Maybe we, instead of killing him, we take something away from him.
Have him shave his head.
Fingers, maybe.
Well, if anybody was going to die, it would have been him, and maybe Fernando, which at this point I think Salep would probably appreciate. But,
Nope.
there's something that can be said about a man who can still make use of someone who is forgotten.
Yeah, if you could trust him.
Well, that's the question to you. You know him better
Oh.
than anybody else.
I'll think on it and suggest it to Sigurd. The options to Sigurd.
Yeah. It's well, that's all I would ask of any man. As for the other two bandits, it's just off them. Yeah.
We still
Send
need to
them
make-
in the wood that night.
Yeah, we want to set an example, not horrify our own townsmen.
Very true. But yeah, I mean, straight up hang them. But I think maybe the other guy, he could still be useful. Not in the same capacity, obviously. But we'll have to wait and see.
Indeed.
Right, so gentlemen, how do we fancy about trying to see what happened to the other two idiots who ran off into the tree line?
Oh, we're going for an adventure.
Aye, let's go have a little scout.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, senores.
Fernando, gonna need you to stay here and count the money, all right?
Si, senora.
There we go. Quick, sell it. Let's go.
Aye, maybe get yourself some lipstick for when Celeb comes back.
I'm going to... excuse me while my foundry just gives up the ghost.
This is a thing. Did Lothar tell his guard to go get the things and burn the bones?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I forgot.
They're off doing that. And the group
Cool.
of you...
More will be pleased.
More or less.
You have effectively buggered off. However, Hydra's foundry is basically shitting itself right now. So we're going to have a 5-minute break. Because it is not happy. And we haven't had a break yet.
To be fair, we're 2/3 through and we haven't had a break yet, so I need
Yeah,
a drink.
there was, I need one too.
Fantastic progress today.
Well,
Like last time.
fantastical. No one's dead. Well, except people that are acceptable to be dead.
No
So
main
that's okay.
characters are dead, so everyone else is allowed to die.
And
No
on that note-
NPCs from the friendly side have died yet, so it's okay. We're having a good day.
Very nearly, though. I was going to kill Fernando. I'm just going to say that right now. And on that note, BRB. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a little bit more gameplay. The clouds have lifted. The day is bright and cheerful as the group, I believe, are headed off to just, well, look along the forest to see how far these bandits got. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
I haven't made any sweeping assumptions. Good. There are no noises coming from the forest to your right. The Reichwald, the road to your left, some 50 yards away, going parallel to where you were walking. I would say some half mile before you come across two bodies. These bodies have two very distinctive marks on them. One mark each. That being an arrow through the eye socket.
Ah. An arrow through an eye socket.
Particularly well-crafted arrows.
Particularly well-crafted arrows.
With the arrowhead pretty much coming out the back of their heads.
With the arrowhead saying, "Hey, I was made by an elf. Check me out."
So,
Fired from an elven warbow. So, have they got the bag of gold near them?
Yeah, it's on the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna just put hands up and slowly walk over and just kind of reach down and pick the bag up and back away again. And leave.
I'm just gonna have a quick look in the forest. Just like, look.
How much of a look for a perception test?
Just one sweet.
Challenging, I would
figured
say.
It would be. Yeah. Bugger all.
Yeah.
Must have been bears.
Difficult to see. Difficult to see
Must
the
have been the wood.
details.
Must have been
I'll
some
give a-
bears, guys. Let's go.
I'll give a big thumbs up to the forest.
Yeah. Have a challenging perception roll, Wilfred, as you thumbs up the forest.
When it gives you a thumbs up back, you need to worry.
When his thumb gets shot at.
Just a normal forest.
Everything is fine.
Wilfred needs to go to Specsavers. Your perception of 22 upsets me. Okay. A fairly quick venture, I'm afraid, but that is about how far they went before they got an arrow through their skull. An elven arrow, though.
2 more bodies to pick up.
Yeah, 2 more bodies.
Are you dragging them back?
Yeah, say sending guard out, they'll probably just get shot.
That's not a bad idea.
At least one elf knows us.
Yeah.
These bodies are not particularly tampered with.
Savaged.
Yeah, they haven't been savaged. Their clothes are intact. Even their swords are usable. They're not particularly fine quality, but hey, they're swords. You could probably hit someone with it, and if you're lucky, it might even do some damage. So,
Did they still have their guns on them?
only one of these had a gun. Make me an evaluate, Wilfred.
Ooh.
Is that with an E or an I?
Both. Simultaneously. Challenging.
I don't know if I have evaluate.
Yeah, you do. It's in your advanced.
Oh, it's in the
Doesn't mean he
advanced.
has it advanced as part of your class.
Technically, you should only have it if you've put points in it, which is the tricky thing with evaluate. So, Wilfred, you have a pistol. It looks all right.
Hey, another gun for the River Wardens.
Cool.
I evaluated for him.
You can evaluate the pistol.
Yay.
Average, actually, upon
I break
reflection.
out my magnifying glass.
Identifying this random weapon.
Just to see how good it is.
Sure.
Looks shit.
Not the best quality pistol you've ever seen.
It's still usable, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look. In this little time, we've managed to get enough weapons for all of our guards.
What a lovely set of bandits they were.
Very helpful. And on that note, you arrive back into town, dragging 2 bodies along with you.
We just say to offload them to the guard to add to the pile of, well,
Add to the
Please
pile.
bury the...
the bits that they got before, so they can just burn the lot.
Okay. I would say that the majority of bodies are being buried as in accordance with the traditions of Morr.
Oh, okay.
It would be sacrilege to cremate. Even for the heathens, which is surprising. But
Okay.
Well, they can be
Alright.
buried outside the wall.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, interesting note. We now know that elves may be watching us.
Bloody hell.
Well, wasn't Radrin shot like last week?
Heard-
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Give or take.
Suppose he could have healed from that by then to do that kind of damage.
Either that, or he had some of his friends come and keep an eye on us just in case.
He doesn't have any friends.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
Really
very
co-
close
I
to
mean-
our walls. And the
Really-
tar lights are out there.
Yeah. You'd have thought they would have seen him.
You'd have thought the tar lights would be dead.
Yeah.
Maybe it
Although
was
that
Adrian.
Yeah, Radrin's been around here for quite a while. And he's not, like, murdered everybody, so...
Well, take it as a good sign he's healing well then.
Well, I mean, he's not off his game, is he? I mean, look at that. Right through his eye.
Hmm.
And not too far after I last saw them, too.
And together.
Just reminds me of the time where Reinhard kicked ass with him. That was brilliant, that was.
So,
Anyway.
my young adventurers, what is the plan for today? With the
Yeah, you guys
remnants
think we
of
should-
today.
You guys think we should go spy on the river Gits a bit and see what they're up to?
Sure. Why not?
A
Unless
wonderful
somebody else
idea,
wants to do something else?
but it is a day away.
Oh, and no.
So it is a thing you can do, and not to be the GM that says no, but it would take you a day to get there. You would have to go to Blute Rock, effectively, and then move on from there. Well, you'd be close to Blute Rock anyway, so...
You could try and spoon Gilly.
We could ask Gilly, sort of nicely, if she knows anything about Isabella. See what kind of response you get from her.
That's a tough one. Because on the one hand, if she isn't Isabella, then she may know something great. On the other hand, if we suspect her of being this person, then they will either react badly, and, well, I don't particularly want to be near a person who fought off a beastman horde by themselves. Oh, sorry, with a knight.
You have a spoon.
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
yeah, hardly a weapon of choice.
But did she not? Have we not seen her out in the daylight?
Pretty sure we saw her out in the daylight at the tournament.
Yeah,
roll a
But,
challenging lore undead, Skullplate,
I was about to say, I don't know that.
for bringing your meta shit into this.
Oh, come on, there's been vampire wars. Surely people would know.
Well, let's see what you do
challenging.
know. Yeah, challenging.
Apparently, nothing.
Knowledge around vampires is don't get killed by one.
Well, we have a dwarf in this party who actually has knowledge about undead. Just,
Yeah.
throwing that out.
Yeah, he just rolled.
He just rolled.
Or one of them just rolled.
Yeah, but we have one who's
as well.
actually good at it.
You can do a roll too.
Oh, go on then.
Just gotta find it.
Roll a natural 100.
Challenging?
Challenging.
Incoming one, he'll know everything there is to know.
There you go.
You've heard tale of them shunning the light.
Do they in Warhammer? I don't even know.
I'm not answering
Just
that
on that
question. That's that's meta. We're role playing right now.
Not with a +2. Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's much to go on.
Okay, let's do something else then.
You just with this kind of thing, you really need to play your cards close to your chest.
So are you saying we should wait until we get some more silver just in case?
Well, we've got that silver mine. Has anyone cleared out those squig shit? Have the dwarves been up?
Well, we could go talk to them, see what they.
You have dwarfs that are currently mining in it.
So we could talk to them about obtaining some silver if we think we need more silver.
We should talk to them to see on progress anyway. See how they're holding up.
Yeah.
Over to the mining guild.
To the mining guild.
Two cousins.
And I will say, as you are headed there, Celeb, you see a couple of dwarfs arriving in town. Let's see if the actual tokens load. For now, northern border, you see a couple of dwarfs not pulling a cart, with a mule that's pulling a cart, bringing in some tools. You'd most likely assume they're connected to the Miners Guild, but you head over, I assume, to go see Bucky.
Hey.
Whee! Completely missed the bridge.
Yeah,
It's all right. Most of us can swim.
yeah. Most of you can indeed swim.
I just pole vault over the lake, the river. with my helmet.
Hello.
Clean!
Ah.
Bucky! How have you been?
Oh, my dummy cousin, you smell like an stallion. What's going on?
He's got a new boyfriend.
On the other note, how's the mines going? To completely ignore these guys, they don't know what they're talking about. How's the mine going?
Well, first shipment of silver's been coming out. Not doing too bad.
That's nice. That's nice.
I mean,
No,
I'm just saying, but we might have earned your lord a few bit in tax. The least he could do is, maybe afford us a few extra workers or, tools. Or, we've got the black powder, that's very nice, of course. Squigs are largely dead.
I just saw a whole bunch of Davy coming in through the north gate.
Aye, that'll be the black powder.
Okay, did you just say the squigs are mostly dead?
Aye?
Of course they are. It's Davy mine's work.
What the fuck?
Aye.
Ate all those people.
What you do, Ungie, is you get yourself some explosives. Not too much. Mix it with a little bit of liquor and a bit of ungie, and nudges his nose several times in various directions, sort of up, down, left, right, start, and A. And then you have yourself an incendiary bomb. You just chuck it at the wee fuckers, they set on fire, and then they squeal until they die.
You're all right.
Setup
Nice job,
just
man.
stands next to him, nodding like that's exactly how it's written in the teaching books.
Sounds
Did
like
any
a
of
sleeping.
did any of the wee red bastards escape, Bucky?
I don't know. Probably not. Most are in the cave. I assume.
Unless you've got some non-cave-like squigs. I don't know. I'm just mining the silver in the cave.
Skull plate.
Aye.
Did you ever talk to some blokes about undead things that eat people? Is there anything like that?
I could do another terrible roll, I suppose. Can I do an undead roll
Yeah. I
for
mean,
the challenge?
It's just Rex doesn't know, so he's
Yeah.
asking, does anybody
We
know
go-
if anything?
let's go
Maybe
average for this.
Okay.
This will be with Skullplate and Cellup putting their heads together.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I said, good. It's a shame I didn't say Cellup and Skullplate putting their heads together. I would take the average of the two of you, which is still a negative. So you nearly had it, Cellup, before Skullplate came along and was like, I like ale, and it's really great.
If only we had a whole bunch of people that specialised in the undead nearby.
Yeah. You do have a shipment of Priests of Morr on their way, thanks to Yodicus.
There.
You re-rolled it.
Actually, Cellup,
For long enough until he puts his points in. Lovely.
what Skullplate just said actually reminded you of something. Oh, no, wait. Skullplate, what Cellup said reminded you of something. What was the question again?
So, is there any like undead creatures that exclusively eat flesh?
Yeah, like all of them. A lot of them like to consume
They
flesh.
do.
I suppose it would be more like, does it recognise that potentially as anything that I've heard of would match anything
Yeah,
to do with...
all sorts of undead, pretty much. If undead are involved, they do like to eat the flesh of the living, be it raised corpses, be it vampires themselves. With a +4, I would say you haven't heard of a ghost eating the flesh of a person. But
Have you heard of an undead creature eating a gun?
I would say for that +4, a lot of things that are to do with that school of thought like to eat living stuff. So that's...
Okay, sure. I've just been awkward.
No, I think it's a perfectly valid question. I think it's in the manner of the equipment and the flesh being eaten and kind of stripped or whatever.
The thing is, if they killed all the squigs, or unless a squig or two got out and became a forest squig.
Mate, I'm sorry. Squigs, why are you asking me?
No, I'm not asking you anything. That's meta.
Spocky is also like, what are you talking about?
Don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry. You keep mining.
Okay.
Okay, have you noticed anything abnormal around the mines? Have any of your miners reported anything undead, spiritual?
A few of the wee little green fuckers, but yes, what you gonna do when you're taking over a goblin cave? You pick up a shroom, you find a goblin, you stab it, you squish it, you put it under your boot. But other than that, I mean, mate, it's generally all right.
You sound like you're having fun, mate.
Well, it's just nice to have silver again, you know. The Grungtrug brothers are finally back in business.
Once we get some more miners over there, we can start getting that iron out too.
Oh, and Bucky, speaking of the silver, we think there might be a problem or two, a certain type of creature that might be a little bit allergic to silver. Perhaps you might spare an ounce or 12 at any point.
Don't know why a creature wouldn't like silver. It's nice and shiny.
Oh, I quite agree. But not everyone's a dowie, eh?
Well, pardon me saying, but silver's worth a few bob. So I could maybe lend you a handful.
That would be very generous, Bucky.
But I'm gonna need it back.
Of course. Once we drag it out of their corpses, if it works, of course.
Okay, that sounds strange, but fine. Sure, why not?
Thank you.
Oh, that reminds me! He said his eyes just, for the first time you actually see his eyes as his eyebrows raise up high enough. I'm going to the castle. Need more miners. So, I'm gonna be asking, I need a little escort, I need some guards, some security. I know your lord wants to go to the crypts, but, I'd like to expand the operation. Invest. So, I'll be setting off next week, and, basically I'll be coming back with a lot of dowry. Hopefully. If they'll still
Wonderful.
talk to me.
Do you need an escort, Bucky?
Sure. It's a long journey. It'll take a couple of weeks, but I hope that when I get to the Kazakh, I'll come back with at least a handful of skilled dowry to help in the mines.
Fair. Well, I'm sure we might be able to help you out there, maybe.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, whatever you need, Bucky. Whatever you need.
Aye. That sounds good. So, anybody is welcome. I'll set a date and we'll be leaving. And, sort of. I look forward to it.
I could come with. That sounds like fun. I haven't been in a Carrick in years.
Hey, maybe we should ask Fernando if he wants to join you there, Sal.
How about we don't do that?
Okay, well, have a nice day. I've got some schematics to draw, so bye.
Cheers.
He ushers you out and starts sort of excitedly sketching some things on paper.
Lovely.
A trip to the Carrick there, boys.
Hey.
Sounds nice.
Well, maybe with that silver
Then I
salad,
can introduce you to my actual cousins.
Unfortunately, I think I'll have to be somewhere else.
maybe with a bit of that silver salad, you might be able to do something in your smith.
No, probably. Make extra fence puns.
No, they're not going on someone's
lame.
pants.
No.
I'm thinking more along the lines of something for weapons.
Ooh, I might have to have a little talk in Plutarch with the smith there. Yeah, I can think about that. I will have a think about that.
Aye. Perhaps Bucky will give us a bit more if we escort him to the Carrick, eh?
Maybe if we do that, we could set up a deal with Baki to get a set amount each week.
We can see.
I'm not sure about that because,
Oh.
as he said, silver's expensive.
It's
If
expensive,
anything-
but if we're dealing with vampires or any sort of undead that is weak to silver, it may be beneficial to get as much as we can.
Oh yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is like a one-time thing is different from a consistent supply thing.
Aye, aye.
So although that being said, he might just ask for some some tasks to be completed, a bit like if you remember the Bogarth and Masonry Guild. The list
Right.
of grudges I'm sure is massive.
Indeed, indeed. I'll have a talk with him when there's not a big group here.
You go ahead, mate. Right.
Where to now?
religious lunatic still running around babbling at people?
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of that recently.
We should go see what the religious man's up to.
Yeah. Yeah, see what he's on about.
You want to go speak to Bar Schwarzweiss.
Make sure he doesn't accidentally hurt himself in his ramblings.
Okay. Bear with me a second while I draw up a small crowd. Meanwhile, converse with yourselves while you travel.
So what I'm saying is the bailiff. He's headed to he's either headed to a place where money equals fun, or he's headed to a place that is in a sort of different direction, so that to make it look like he died. That's my two options. It's an absolute nightmare.
And you've not got any leads in either direction, or you have leads in both?
It's a 50-50 flip.
Nah. Flip
So
a
it's
coin?
either he's where the money equals fun, or the money might equal safety.
And either makes sense. He knows we're after him.
He does. I don't think he does. But if I had
Marty.
stolen that much money, I'd act like it was.
Yeah. I mean, from when I was training the guard, I questioned them about the one that died. And he was seeing dodgy dealings going on around the bailiffs. He was going to ask us to investigate, but obviously was silenced before that.
Hmm.
So the bailiff knows that they were onto him anyway, and with a change of ownership of the town, and it makes sense that we'd be going for him. Certainly when the money disappears.
Well, I personally don't think we're going to find any money anymore.
Oh no, either way he spent it, whether it's to protect himself or to just blow it all.
But there's nothing that would please me more than finding that wanker and putting his face in the ground and shooting him in the back of the head.
In that order, or
I'm not fussed. I mean, I don't mind shooting him in the back of the head first, and then he falls into the floor, but then your boot gets bloody, you know? Although that being said, it's not really a problem for you, Mr. Slayer, you know, seeing that you don't wear boots.
alright.
Like the dip of your feet in the river.
Except for it's a bit warm.
You arrive at a individual with a waistcoat of tattered robes with a series of inscribings along them, perhaps even text. You can hear him muttering words as you approach. The tail end is, "And then the sage Cuillin told the officers, 'Find me a woman who can talk to the spirits of the dead. I'll go to her and find out what's going to happen.'" The crowd seem enthralled.
Just turn to Lofar. Lofar, what the fuck did he just say?
A lot of words.
I thought that too, but I wonder if there was some sort of holy background or something behind all of it.
I will
Do you have
try a law theology.
Yeah, if you have law theology, an average law theology.
Indeed. See if I can make out what the lunatic's on about.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a artistic depiction of a particular tale you have heard of Saint Cuillin, who seemingly was trying to make a point about the dead know more than we do about things, but more of like a philosopher's argument.
Take on it.
Yeah, philosopher's take on a religious squabble. Many that you have spoken to would just poo-poo it as dribble.
So who is there? So he's not a priest.
He doesn't seem to be. He has no garments, just a waistcoat and nothing else. Well, he has some garments around his groin, but
I'm saying.
at least on the top half.
Oh, good. So just his nutsack hanging out. Great.
He is as the token portrays.
Okay. So I haven't been around for a lot, but has this guy been here long?
A couple of weeks, isn't it?
In a word, yes.
And he hasn't been shot yet.
Well, there's no witch hunters.
He's
Huh.
mainly been talking to peasants. From those of
Right.
you that have been here and they listen. He seems quite capable of captivating them.
We need to keep an eye on this because this is how cults and riots start.
We should make him a public speaker for us.
I'm sure Yodicus will be pleased to hear the notion.
I'm sure the brothers over at Sigmar Temple would be delighted with that as well.
He continues his tale to the crowd around him.
Saint Elijah von Gruppelberg went up to Reichdorf. As he was walking along the road, some boys came out of town and jeered at him. "Get out of here, Baldy," they said. "Get out of here, Baldy." He turned around, looked at them, called down a curse on them in the name of Tal. 2 bears came out of the woods, and 42 of the boys were torn to shreds.
The crowd are, ooh,
I think I could listen to this guy all day and still have no idea what he's on about.
He just... Is it me, or did he just say another bunch of words with actual no meaning behind any of it?
Oh no, there's probably meaning. Do I need to do another law?
yeah, we'll do an average. It's a fit. Yeah, we'll do an average.
Oh. I don't
Yeah, familiar, but not at the same time. Intriguing, though. There's probably hidden depths of knowledge within here.
Very well
I think
hidden.
we'll be okay as long as he doesn't start spouting the greater good.
Yeah.
Once he doesn't start spouting, that will be fine.
I'm guessing this is a mostly like peaceful gathering of people.
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind
They're
of
like a
contemplating
couple of
and
them are sat on the floor. It's sort of very, almost philosophical. One of the individuals at the front. And then what happened? The story continues. Many of the facial expressions are as the tokens portray. Eagerly listening, effectively trying to learn from his religious teachings.
But you say he's not obviously aligned with any one god. He's not a priest.
No, I will say from your theology rolls thus far, I mean, it's evident you would hear the various names of the deities you're familiar with, but no, he quotes from many different verses and stories. Myrmidia doesn't come up, but you hear Tal, Raya, Sigmar, many of the familiar ones, many of the gods of Reichland.
It's no more, it's just not good.
We should have brought some food to listen to him rant. It would have been nice.
Rex is losing interest fast, so he wanders in another direction.
Yeah, I'm going to say that he's not really posing a threat.
Yeah, seems to be just... keeping the townsfolk amused. So, the rest of my group, what are you... is there anything you wish to accomplish before the end of today?
Celeb was happy. Celeb has had a successful day.
Celeb is
Celeb
content.
has had a very successful evening.
We get back to the rat hole, which I assume we're going back to the rat hole, as it is our permanent home. I'd like to cook our group a meal.
Okay. I take a look at him and be like, I remember our last cooking experiment.
Don't worry about it.
Our last cooking endeavor.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
What's the worst thing that can happen?
I don't know. Do you like the Washers Guild much?
You going to?
Yeah. Sure. The only other thing was to talk to the Sigmar dudes, but I've got nothing to say to them really.
Fair enough.
What to say to them?
Okay. Well, there is one thing that is perhaps of relevance. As you, dear Lothar, are walking up one of the alleys toward the rat hole, end of the day. Sunlight is finally passing by. You hear the sound of steel clash to your side. It sounds like it's striking something, but difficult to tell what's drawing your attention. Looking into an alley, it is as if the sun is no longer there. It is night. It is dark, and it is misty, and you cannot see any of those around you that you were walking with just moments ago. You are on your own, but you can hear another thud, a weapon striking someone, and it sounds like, perhaps, can you roll me an intuition, please? Challenging.
Challenging. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh.
Ooh,
Wow.
Okay.
nice.
Okay. I would say a woman battling with something. It is difficult to tell what exactly, but you can hear down one of the alleys, roughly. That is where the noise comes from.
Can I see to go in the direction?
You can see to go in the direction. There is a thick mist and fog that covers the air around you, and as you draw closer, the voice grows slightly louder. Is there anything you wish else to be throwing into the concoction, or are you simply moving toward where the sound is coming from?
I might just pull out a candle and light it to see if that helps against the mist,
Okay.
as I have some in my pouch.
You take a second to
Matches.
light the candle. No matter how many times you strike the flint or the match, not a single spark arises.
At that point, probably give up on that then and slip on my knuckle dusters and walk towards the sound.
Another thud. Another crash followed by a groan. The woman's voice grows slightly louder. As you turn a corner, instead of it sounding like it is in front of you and being where you would have expected to see this confrontation taking place, you hear a chant. A kingdom that has once been destroyed must never come again into being. Nor can we ever allow the dead to be brought back to life. As that final word finishes, you hear the striking of, or even piercing of flesh, but just behind you, as if something were to have been impaled. And, upon turning, someone has stood in front of you, a spear driven through their chest. 9 inches of steel protruding through. The eyes glazed over, a thick grey. The corpse of the bandit that had been impaled just yesterday by a halberd. And their arm is outreached towards you, but with the weight of the spear pulling them back, they fall backwards into the ground, forcing the rest of the spear through them. They were struck from the other side behind you. Surrounding the wound where the spear had impaled them, the flesh seems to burn away. And with that, the light seems to return to day. The spear remains, and as does the corpse. In front of you is a body impaled by a spear. The creature, if you will, seemed to have been reaching for you before being impaled.
And that spear came from over my shoulder.
Came from behind you, impaling something that was also behind you.
So I turned round to them and they were already impaled.
Exactly.
And the spear's still there.
The spear is still there. It is now daylight. The normal breeze fills the air again. The warmth of the sun you can feel once more. You find yourself on your own within an alley, a corpse in front of you, and a spear attached.
And it's burning away from the spears.
It is burning
Where the
away
spear
from
is.
the spear. Can you make me a law theology, please?
Average?
Yes, average. You've heard this before. You've heard similar used to effect to enchant or bless one's weapon to combat the undead. A prayer you're already familiar with, but perhaps a slightly different take on it. The spear in front of you is of exceptional quality. At least compared to the one you're currently wielding. And seems to be particularly durable.
So I assume looking around, I'm obviously not going to see anybody.
No. A quiet alley in the middle of a street.
So I'm going to pull that spear from them.
Comes out of the corpse. There is almost a... Ooh, roll me one more average perception test, please.
Sorry, I've just forgotten the alphabet. There we go.
Oh,
As you pull the spear from the corpse, you hear that final sort of tear of flesh, although somewhat subdued by the singed meat surrounding this wound. There is what you think could have been a small flicker of the hand, just once more, attempting to reach for you. The corpse continues to sort of sear and burn in front of you. Not a flame, but...
Like it's slowly turning to ash from the wound.
slowly, very slowly. You would... An estimate would be minutes rather than seconds.
I stand and make sure that that does actually disintegrate. As I stand and reflect on that. Well, the spear appearing from nowhere. Well, everything that just happened.
Sure. Well, a few people walk through the street, carrying about their business as usual. one or two paying notice to the corpse that you've seen. Oh my. Was that a bandit?
Yeah, and it's not the first time we've killed him.
Oh.
Just making sure it's the last.
I'll be going to go shit myself now. Thanks now.
Anytime.
Better go get baptized again. Okay, let's have a final cook test to wrap things up, Wilfred. An average, unless anyone else had some burning things that need to be done.
Nope.
I think that's where we'll wrap up and start rolling silly dice to see what silly things happen. Oh, a pretty reasonable meal is cooked by Wilfred, if I do say so. What do you make for them, Wilfred?
I make rabbit stew.
Rabbit stew.
With taters and carrots and all sorts of goods.
Taters! Okay. Let's now get the show on the road with...
Where's the funny music?
Where we're doing it. I'm gonna
Can't roll funny dice without funny music.
Yeah, I know. Don't start. If you roll the test now, it doesn't count. That's what I'm saying. Troll. If anyone rolls the trap, if anyone rolls it now, they're a wanker. That's the rules. Temple, troll. There we go. Hey, there we go. Okay, so I'll call them out. We're gonna go for. Let's go for Skullplate first.
Oh, wait, what?
We're going to do
I
the
think
Endeavour
both
table.
music's up playing right
Yeah,
now, by the
I
way.
was trying to get to it. I was trying to remember what-
More music, the better.
There we go.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's always festive time.
It's always a market days too, so
Yeah, it's market day.
time goes different in town.
Endeavour roll.
Right. Okay, what do we have here? A
An
shrine.
algebraic equation.
A shrine to Y within town has recently been erected, thanks to the funding of X. The priest of Y has headed. Oh, okay. So, I will give you the choice, Skullplate, as to what shrine within the town has just been built to what god. It is a moderate-sized shrine, and with it will come a priest. It could be a dwarven. It could be human.
I'm thinking it's going to be a shrine to Grimnir because we have got wolf.
Fuck yeah! And it's
Sure.
on the good side of the river.
You now have a shrine to Grungnir within town and a dwarven priest along with it. So, some more canon for Hydra to read. Let's go with Rex for Rex's session back.
Which
roll
other?
of the
Here we go.
Witch Hunter confirmed. One
Oh,
god
lovely.
sentry is found in the river well in his back.
There you go, Talak.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm,
I
I'm,
just finished trading them and now you're going to kill them all.
I'm sorry, Lothar. That's the way. If you hang one and that one, that's 2 dead, so you're down to 9. Oh dear.
Well, yeah. Was
Okay.
that a guard that betrayed us or a watchman that betrayed us?
I'll let you pick. I'll give you the grace, seeing as another's just died. I'll let you pick which one was hung and which one was shot by a bolt. How about that? Such is my grace. Lothar, let's have your roll.
See if we can kill another one.
This is a ridiculous bit. Full silver
Oh,
to the horror of the merchants. Run of counterfeit coin. Okay, I like that. 1/5 of all coins are affected. Characters who undertake the banking endeavor will lose 20% money banked. Characters who undertake the income endeavor will reduce any money earned by 20%. Keep that in mind, players. And sorry to those who aren't here this session who have their income affected. Tough shit. We're going to go with Celeb. Monstrous
Oh,
complications. You can only roll each one once now, at least, so that helps. There is a monster.
At least we don't have to worry about the counterfeit money for income endeavors.
Yeah, we can't do them.
Yeah. So
That's one way to solve it.
That's
Can
that
thank later.
problem. All the money is fake. I don't care. There's a monster. Okay, well, Hydra will cook up what monster that is, and I'll let you know what has been spotted of it. And if anyone on Monday, the session just coming, yes, giant squig is a possibility, Captain Defiance. If anyone on Monday wants to go and kill it, that's fine, but I would appreciate... It's also a viable option if they don't. So, let's go with... I'm going to save Lothar. No, Lothar's already gone. Wilfred. I thought I was
And
saving...
watch him destroy the world.
Pestilent pest. One of your animals falls ill. Make a challenging animal care test. If successful, your beast pulls through.
Have any animals?
I think it goes to my mule then, which is the only pet in our animal in our party.
Well, it's Wilfred, so it's technically his animal. So
So his pet fish that lives in the river has gone sick.
someday, Wilfred, this will come back to haunt you. But for now, Wilfred, this will just be a thing that was a thing. Now, have we covered everyone? 1,
Yeah,
2,
that's
3,
it.
4, 5. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for stopping on by. We're going to be playing again on Monday, which isn't that far away. Oh, my word. I don't know what we're doing on Monday. I have no idea. But there's people playing. There'll be 4 of us. They'll be doing stuff and things. And we'll just see what happens. Merry Christmas. I need cheerful music that isn't quite so Christmassy. But I do really like this. Anyway. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. Thank you very much, players, for playing. And
Cheers, man.